Sorry, YouTube. I forgot to put the descriptions of my Facebook uh, live stream, so I have to do that now to turn the cameras on. And the title is Welcome to the premiere of every Friday is Small Business Friday. Description. How about fun on Friday? Because it's TGIF. As it's TGIF. Save. There's the camera. And let's go Facebook Live. And the event is starting. It's live. We are live on Facebook. Finally. Oh, wow. Let's do this. Why did Has Facebook changed again? Welcome. My name is David, and this is the premiere of every Friday is Small Business Friday. And if I might say, this is the last Friday of the month? Has to be the last Friday of the month. TGIF. Uh, I had some things that I wanted to share before tomorrow's every Saturday, Small Business Saturday, which will be a deep research special on AI. We're doing a very deep search of it. So that's going to happen tomorrow. But today there's three things that I wanted to share. And the environment in Cincinnati, Ohio is horrible, and it is attacking all the senses that are near and dear to me. So thank you for bearing with me. It was in the summer of 2011 that I was in the lobby of the Kauffman Foundation. And the Kauffman Foundation is the largest entrepreneurial foundation in the world. And the reason I was there, I was becoming a partner with the foundation, with the Kauffman Foundation, on a program here in the United States called Global Entrepreneurship Week, which happens every November. But before I could uh, get totally involved, I had to take the Entrepreneur's Pledge, and there was a copy of it in their lobby, and it was amazing. Um, Once or twice a year, I like to share the pledge and my editorial comments on what I'm saying, but it has very, very special meaning this year, and all the things that are happening in the Project 10,000. So, raising my right hand, the Entrepreneur's Pledge. I am an entrepreneur following a dream, pursuing an opportunity, taking charge of my own destiny. I am bringing something of value to society, making a job for myself, which it has done for the last 55 years, and for others, and creating wealth and benefits for my family, my community, the country, my world, which is now including cyberspace. I have spent the last 17 years producing in cyberspace, writing, creating videos, everything being stored on Google servers, of which they are only making available to folks the last 11 years of the videos that I have done. That's youtube.com at David F. Leopold. We had lots of fun. There's lots of content there. There's 4 different tabs. The tabs you will be most interested in are the second tab, which I think says live, and the third tab, where this actual video will be on that in that third tab. So that's I am one of a movement of millions of entrepreneurs and innovators who made America great, who will keep our economy going and growing. And in my 55 years of small business ownership, and proudly a 3rd generation small business owner, I have never seen such a transitional kind of period that what is going on right now. And it's very, very exciting and fun for me. Hence the creation of the SmallBizDavid Marketing and Sales AI bot. And the bot, we're going to be writing a story, uh, answering my granddaughter Eloise's question to me 5 years ago. Uh, Grandpa David, what's an entrepreneur? So now we are ready to show and tell Eloise the rest of the world in a different way. We've been doing it our entire lives, but we're going to communicate in a different way. Uh, it just so happens all of these things are coming together, and uh, uh, starting today, as soon as I figure out uh, the the logistics of the actual email, uh, uh, this is also the launch of video emails. And each week, I am going to uh, produce a video email which will have a video about uh, what is key things, keywords, small business keywords, the ABCs, if you will, of entrepreneurship, business, big or small, marketing, sales, value, trust. That's what all the stories and information will be about. And uh, originally, I thought that I would wait till October, November, December to launch the first three, the first day, October, B, November, C, December. Um, I have changed my thinking. What you're allowed to do as an entrepreneur, uh, and I'm going to come out in the weekly video email format, and it will be a subscription. It will cost a subscription will be $99, but not also do you get a video email every week. Once a month, I am going to host an open house, if you will, on it'll be a Google Meet for sure. That's the only uh, technology I trust at this moment in time. Wow, it's not the only. I trust them because I've been using only Google technology applications. Uh, wow, actually, for long, well, I guess 17 years started it. I've had Chromebooks and what have you, but all the information uh, is on Google servers somewhere, Alphabet servers, YouTube servers, Google servers. They're everywhere. And so I am going to build upon all of the content that I have on the servers, and uh, create and see what AI has to say about it. Um, it's going to be a fun experience, and that's going to be then the that part of my legacy story. Uh, that's how it's going to end with what does artificial intelligence, what level of thinking does it take? Well, as you will learn, as starting uh, tomorrow, I'm going to have weekly sessions uh, on different aspects of AI. I am learning lots of new things, and I just want to share those learnings with you. So that's why I will be doing that. Well, you'll see it all comes together because I'm obligated to do that. Uh, so what I am what I am because many people have helped me in my journey, and uh, thousands of folks have been some aspect of my marketing, sales, value, trust journey, and it's been a wonderful one. Uh, I've met wonderful people. Uh, Actually, the next story you're going to learn something else that's been going on. So I will to read it this way. I will tell my story, sharing my successes and failures, so that others taking the entrepreneurial path can learn. Always take away something from the conversation. Always question things that happen in that conversation. Strive to mentor an inspiring entrepreneur. I've had my fair share of mentoring entrepreneurs, uh, both on, on retail, on Main Street, and also in cyberspace. So we've had lots of mentees. Make my voice be heard by those who make policy decisions that affect me and my business. I don't spend a whole lot of time doing that myself. What I do recommend is that you uh, uh, join if you're a baby. If you're invited to join the AARP, please do. It will be uh, the best mid-teen investment that you'll make. Lots of information, lots of benefits, but their main purpose is to actually lobby in Washington for folks who are baby boomers, other folks too, but folks who are baby boomers. So uh, they do the job way better than I could ever do it. I will appreciate and celebrate my accomplishments and the accomplishments of all my fellow entrepreneurs. Uh, Absolutely. I have been very blessed in the hundreds of projects that I have been able to do, the friends that I've made, the the value, the value that we brought to the marketplace. You would actually uh, recognize a lot of the uh, infomercials of the early 90s. Some of the infomercials that I actually had. I had the customer care contact center protocol to develop, and that was my contribution in those years. Uh, I have to. Well, I will not have to. I will give back to the society that helped me to be successful, and uh, yes, I will. Yes, I do. Uh, but this was actually part of a campaign that they were doing back in 2011, and that is to build a stronger America. That's how we were building a stronger America. Uh, some interesting parallels, as a matter of fact. So that's the pledge, and whereas uh, I'm not going to force you to I'm not going to force any of the folks, any of the 10,000 folks who get involved in Project 10,000. Uh, you don't have to take the pledge, but you certainly have to think about the pledge because I will challenge you on that. So, uh, also this week, well, actually, it was 2 weekends ago. I was in Columbus uh, visiting my son and my son Jordan, Sarah, and Max and Ari, my grandsons, and in the motel where I was staying, I picked up a book that certainly got my attention. Canton, Ohio, Kick Off Your Adventure, uh, a published magazine type book, which I actually did in Canton, in Stark County in 1978, 79. It didn't look, well, it was not as glossy as this, and its objectives were different than this, but nonetheless, we did it way back then. And of course, as a publisher, I wanted to notice uh, Fawcett Stadium, uh, the new Fawcett Stadium. I have never been in that Fawcett Stadium, in the original Fawcett Stadium, where the Hall of Fame originally got started, and where I was opening day of the Hall of Fame. It was about a 22,000 uh, seat stadium, and it was actually the stadium for the high schools in Canton, the community where I grew up. Oh, I think too, I was going to uh, share for those interested. Well, a sidebar story. Uh, I lived in Canton the first 18 years of my life, uh, beginning in 1949. And um, I went to college in 1967. And then, because of the uh, death of my father in 1973, I returned to Canton and ended up buying publication that he had bought 6 years earlier. Yes, he had bought 6 years earlier. I bought it. Um, I bought it from the only business partner, formal business partner, legal business partner that I've ever had, my mother. And I want to thank. Speaking of which, I want to thank the uh, well, about 150 folks actually viewed a video, a Facebook Live that I did on Tuesday, which was in tribute to my mother, because she had passed away the week before, 4 years ago. And actually, um, uh, today, is today the 25th? If today is the 25th, which it is, wow. Uh, her memorial, her funeral, while it was a family affair, was on the 25th, 4 years ago. So I didn't actually realize, I didn't tie the dates together, but at any rate, I want to thank the folks who actually uh, knew my mother and commented to me about certain aspects of her personality. And I want to thank the folks who took the time to do that. But also, too, I'm not sure. Well, not all of them have. There are seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There are eight people with whom I still have Facebook contact with, not necessarily live. In one case, it was live, but mostly Facebook contact with people who were in my neighborhood. My next door neighbor, uh, well, Stan Myers wasn't my actual next door neighbor, but by default, he was kind of. And then just a couple of weeks ago, I reunited with Steve Bloom, who lived in the next house, but his house was actually bought by Shirley Brown's parents, who lived in the next house. And Shirley and Jerome bought Steve Bloom's family home. I don't know what year they bought it, but they lived there. So I've known Shirley since I was 7 years old. I've known Jerome since Shirley and Jerome were, I don't remember exactly what year, early teenage years, and lots of fun and lots of memories of things that happened. Uh, if Jerome wants to tell you one of the stories, I'll let Jerome tell you the story. Um, Mark Vander lived in the next house, and the babe, I just responded to Mark in something that he posted in Facebook, and then it was Mark. Then 2 doors away, Margaret Firestone Ostegard lived 2 doors from that, and Margaret and I have communicated on Facebook several times, but I knew Margaret and Rick in high school. Um, and then on the corner, last but certainly not least, was J.B. Meiselman, who wrestled a bear. I watched him wrestle a bear. Jay lived on the corner, so I've had contact with all these people from my past, and it's been kind of interesting just living on my block. Oh yes, and then there was Hope Rich Yutkin, who lived up in the next block, 2 blocks away. Hope lived 2 blocks away. Uh, we had a lively we had a lively neighborhood. Market Heights. So as a publisher, I was amazed, and they did such a nice job in the publication, and obviously they sell ads. They've done a heck of a good job selling ads, way better than I did. They actually have a list of their advertiser index, and I went to it, and there's about 100 folks that bought an ad in this publication, and I checked the list, and there are about 15 of them that actually purchased advertising from me at some point in time. A special shout out to Kennedy's Barbecue. Uh, Shirley Pruitt, her mother was a Kennedy, and I'm not exactly sure how they were related to the barbecue, but uh, I've been going, had been going to the barbecue many, many years. Of course, Pro Football Hall of Fame. I was at the first with my father. We went to the first Hall of Fame, and in the early years, my mom was even, we had press credentials, and mom was even able to go to the fashion show at the Hall of Fame on Thursdays. I know she'd look forward to that. I know my Uncle Jim, who you heard about less than a month ago. Uncle Jim turned 100, and I spent a lovely 5 hours with Uncle Jim, actually in the week of his birthday, and we just he drove me to breakfast. My 100-year uncle drove me to breakfast, and I told him that he drove me better than I have ever driven a car. That's why one of the reasons why I don't drive today. But Kennedy's Barbecue, Taggart's Ice Cream, um, uh, their name has come up a lot on my Facebook pages, and actually, my mother and Uncle Jim grew up on 16th Street, uh, just above Fulton, and they hung out at Taggart's, and I was. It goes back about 6 or 7 years, and I was in Canton, and both of them were together. Well, it had to be 7 or 8 years. Uh, Both of them were together. I was able to snap a picture of them uh, sitting on the bench in front of Taggers, a bench that they had sat on 80 years before that. I don't know, a lot of years. Um, Walker's Cafe, uh, Gervasi's Vineyard Resort and Spa. They actually uh, never bought any advertising for me because they weren't in existence when I was in publishing in Canton. And but they have a lovely winery, and you could walk to their winery from where my mother used to live in Canton, in North Canton. You could walk to the winery. So uh, if you're ever in that area, go to Gervasi's Winery. It's a wonderful visit. So that was the book. It was fun to go through the book and remember the years that I was publishing in Canton from 73 through the end of 79. From 73 to the end of 79 is when I actually published in Canton, and my life took a turn. You heard about that too. Uh, I should have never left Canton. I should have never left Canton. I made the biggest mistake in my life leaving. That the second time, and so it was fun to reminisce about the publishing days, and we had a lot of fun publishing, particularly now in Start Magazine. We had a dynamic community of folks who wanted to tell the stories and illustrate the stories in Stark County, and it was just it was a wonderful job that became profitable in its 11th month of publishing, and I should have never left. Be that as it may, life goes on, new things happen. And to end today's conversation, as you heard me say, this is going to become the kickoff, if you will, of uh, my video email concept. I actually tested it here in Cincinnati in the business sense. I tested it in uh, well, I'm not doing it anymore, but it went over 4 years that we used the video email, and it was a wonderful means of communication. So I'm going to use that means of communication to do all the things that Project 10,000 is doing. Somehow we're going to use the technology in the vehicle, and it's fun. It's fun. Uh, Amazing how the publishing world has changed in 55 years. But and it's not over. You have to embrace what is going on because it's going on, and it's going on in a big way, and you have to understand it. As a consumer, you have to understand it, and as a user, there are unbelievable things happening. It is the most dynamic thing that has ever happened to business in general that I've ever seen, in my opinion. It's amazing the changes that are happening to business. And as I see it, AI is has created a level playing field for business. It doesn't matter how big or how small you are now in the world of AI, except what it is you want to do ultimately. If it's manufacture and distribute a product, and that will take extra resources to do. But just to tell stories or help people to tell stories or whatever it might be, and we're going to kick off the effort tomorrow at 10 o'clock live. Of course, it'll be posted on inside of Facebook, on 2 different pages on LinkedIn. I use to publish anything that we produce, and then we will just circulate it generally, and then somehow it will become a video email of that launches now. We'll figure it out. It's the amazing aspect of technology and what has been done. It's easier to publish now than it ever was. Much easier. And I didn't have as much fun. I had fun, certainly had fun. Have to have fun. Had fun in those days, but are having more fun with this and creating. And it's still going to be, what are you asking? What information are you asking from? Are you asking of AI so that AI can do its deep research and check as many databases as possible to create information in a document as quickly as possible? Watch what happens with the SmallBizDavid bot, the AI bot. Embrace technology. So thank you for your time. Thank you for 35 minutes almost of your time. And I hope that you were able to take at least one thing away from the from video and broadcast that we did. If you need to contact me, my email address is dleopold@davidsbarter.com. dleopold@davidsbarter.com. With anything that you heard, things that you didn't heard, questions you have, if you take the time to email me, you will get a response personally from me. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And the next time that we see one another may very well be the best time. So, we're going to end our Facebook. We're going to our YouTube. We're going to end our YouTube.